So for my first actual topic for my YouTube video and actual content, I want to talk about the Prince and the Princesses of the tarot deck. And as you know, not all tarot decks have the Prince and the Princesses. The like classic kind of like first starter deck for most people usually is the Rider-Waite deck, and they do not have the princesses and the prince. They just have the page, the knight, the queen, and the king. So the first deck, obviously, that I got that had the Prince and the Princesses, actually, I got these decks at the same time. Oh, I forgot to get that deck out. Y'all, every time I sit down, I forget to get a deck. Since I'm going through them, here's the box for that deck, but I'm gonna have to stop and find. Darn, sorry guys. Every time. It never fails. He stay forgetting. Okay, guys, just give me a minute. I'm looking for, if y'all saw my room, you'll know. Oh, is this it? Oh, no, that's not it. Because I'm unprepared. I'm totally unprepared, you guys. And I like sat here 5 minutes before to get super prepared. And now I can't find a deck. Like, WTF. And I bought these bags for my deck so I could have them. And then I find that I haven't even been using the bags. Well, I mean, I use them when I go places, but when I'm not anywhere, my cards are everywhere. Okay, so then I have to go through this deck and find it. Okay, so this still might be a little messy, but I'm trying, you guys. We're trying. Slow rolling. Okay, so I was going to say the first deck I got, but I got these decks at the same time, but I opened this deck first. So obviously you already know what it is. Oh, is it backwards to y'all? No, I think it's okay. So this deck, this lovely deck by Aleister Crowley, it spoke to me when I got into tarot. When I first got into tarot, it's like the second deck that really spoke to me. But I wanted to read on him, and kind of like, this was before I really knew anything. And I wanted to read up on it because I didn't just want to get a deck. Because the very first deck I ever got, which we'll talk about that in another video. But the first deck I ever purchased, the box spoke to me. When I opened the cards, it took me a while to resonate with them. So I wanted to like read a little bit more, and I wanted to like really like look through the cards. So I looked on YouTube and stuff. So this was one of the first ones I opened that had the Prince and the Princesses. And if anybody knows about this deck, then you know that it's very, very intuitive. I definitely would not suggest for beginners, but if it calls to you, it calls to you, and do your thing, you know. But it was a little difficult for me. And then seeing the Prince and the Princesses, it just kind of like confused me a little. It confused me. So I also, in that, I got this deck, the Chakra Wisdom Tarot by Miss Tori Hartman. And her first deck was a Chakra Oracle deck. And I saw that and I liked it, but then I saw this one and the artwork, it just really spoke to me. And so she also has Prince and Princesses in this deck as well. And the last one is the Urban Tarot. This is my most recent purchased deck. I purchased this in New York when I went for my birthday. I was very, very excited. It was called Scintillate. I have the card up there on my wall, but I think it was called Scintillate. It's in Times Square. It's a tiny little shop. The owner is the sweetest. I got this bracelet from there as well. So that was a super dope experience, but I knew for my birthday I wanted to buy a new tarot deck, so I purchased this. And this deck, actually, this is the deck that I use on Twitter. I do Black Tech Twitter tarot guidance for techies, Black techies in tech industry. I do those. I try to do them daily. I'm working on consistency. But if you'd like to check it out, check out my Twitter. And I also want to start doing for more artists and entrepreneurs and stuff. I just need to find like good hashtags to start doing that and letting that be like a part of my clientele. So we will start with my roommate just came home. Oh, and sorry guys, my battery's low on my phone. But so we will start with I don't really know. See, I plan these things in my head, and then I don't know if I just want to show y'all them and then talk about them. Maybe I'll just show all of them. So we'll start with Mr. Aleister Crowley over here, and we'll start with the Prince. So I've realized through my readings that I have definitely become I resonate very, very much so. Princesses more so because of my feminine nature. Even though I do hold a lot of masculinity, if you cannot tell right here. You knew what I was trying to say. So I tend to hold or to resonate a lot with the princesses, and I didn't really know that I did until they just started coming out in all of my readings that I would read for myself. And it's crazy because there's one particular princess that she's everywhere. She follows me everywhere. She's everywhere. She's freaking everywhere. And I couldn't really figure it out because I didn't think that was me. And then as I started deep diving into more of the astrology of things and sidereal, if y'all are interested in sidereal, I dove into that. I'll get into all this stuff as I get more comfortable with you guys, and as I just put out more content and videos. I can't tell everything in one setting, but me and my girl, I'll let y'all know who she is as I get through. Actually, here she is right here. What I'm doing right now is I'm going through the Heart Chakra deck. Even though I want to start with Mr. Crowley, I'm going through Miss Hartman's deck and pulling out the Prince and Princesses because this is the deck that I forgot that also had them. So I would like to... Why do we have... Oh, because they're all Heart Chakra. Okay, I was like, why are they all green? But I get it. So that's something that I do love about the Miss Hartman's deck, the Heart Chakra. It really, all of them are the colors. They're also separated into colors of chakras. So I really, really, really enjoy that. I did want to do this before I got on here, but I did not because where's the Prince? Oh, y'all know what I just realized? I'm sorry, you guys. So I just realized it with the Heart Chakra, it's not Prince and Princesses. She doesn't have those. She just has the princesses. You know what I'm trying to say. So we'll go through those when we talk. I just realized that because in her deck, the princes are the pages, but I still want to talk about the princesses because I think it does bring that element of femininity more so to the deck than anything else, than just saying page. So, decompress. We're already at 10 minutes. That's crazy. I always, when I watch videos, and whoever's doing the video, and they're like, oh my God, we're already at 10 minutes. Now I see what they're saying. Okay, so we will start with Mr. Crowley. Okay, and we'll start with the princes. Okay. So, hey, like, is this a good angle? I don't know. Hopefully y'all can see it. Trying to see if y'all can see it. So that's the swords. There's some you can see. Okay, I just want y'all to like look at them, see if y'all feel anything, or maybe if y'all never looked at the deck before, y'all are able to see. That's this. Pentacles. I prefer to say pentacles, but you know. We've got cups. I really do love this card. The blue, the water, the emotions behind it. I'm a very much believer that cups are manipulative, and that can be stagnant or that can be flowing. But very manipulative energy. Wands, which I love. Love wands, love wands, love wands energy. Like control. A lot of control in that. I mean, they all have aspects of control, obviously, because they're all on some sort of chariot, make it move. But okay, so that is the prints of those. We're just gonna go through all the prints. And then, sorry, I have them everywhere. And I thought I like totally separated them, but like I totally see the princesses, but where's my prince? Oh, I mixed them up here. Okay. So this deck, here we go. This deck is the Urban Tarot. Oh, so the thing about the Urban Tarot, which I should say, is the Urban Tarot is like set in modern day like job descriptions. So as the prince, this is the day trader. I don't know if I should tell y'all what I feel about it now, but I'll go through and then I guess I'll go back over. But this is a journalist and it's wands. And this is the hacker, swords. He also likes to follow me around. And the filmmaker, I really love the filmmaker, Prince of Cups. So through my exploration into tarot and trying to figure out where the prince fits in the story and what it is, through this particular deck, because once again, I feel like this deck is very intuitive. You know, this deck is very like, you know, you can pull out some things in the photos, but it's a lot of emotions with this deck. It's a lot of like, when you look at it, what do you feel, to me? However, with this deck, it's very, because it was based on modern day things, like I feel like I can resonate with those things. So when it came to the Prince energy, I definitely felt like it is like the truth of everything. It's the truth of whatever suit that it is, right? So with the disc, it's the truth in like the material and kind of knowing how to move things around. Like he's a day trader, so monetary, obviously, good with numbers, kind of, you know, good with being able to maneuver things for that truth. Then we've got the journalist, you know, that is the truth in your actions and your words and like pulling out people's actions and kind of calling out. But I feel like it's a truth within those actions, the truth in what you put out into the universe. And you can put it out verbally as well. And then the hacker, I feel like it's the truth within the systems of things, because it is swords, and swords to me is very, just obviously it's air energy. It's very logical. It's very thought processing, and a lot of like in the mind or in a system. So inside of something, very much the truth of the inner workings of something, and kind of digging. And then the Prince of Cups and the filmmaker, which the reason I love is just, I love the idea of the truth and emotions. I believe that's something that really pushes us forward, is truth and emotions. And with the filmmaker, a filmmaker is able to kind of like induce those emotions and pull out things. So I feel like the Prince is just so much, it's a truth. It's a truth of something. And obviously the truth can be misconstrued to fit whatever narrative that suit needs it to fit, right? Day traders get arrested all the time. Journalists lie all the time, right? A hacker does things for selfish reasons all the time. A filmmaker is biased. So there's all these, the stagnant energy behind any card, as we know in tarot. But I do feel like the Prince is the truth of something. So whether it's, the truth of something coming out, the truth of something coming in, the truth showing up that you're lying, something can be interpreted to many different ways. So there's the swords. There's the Prince. So then we're going to go into the princesses. And since we didn't have anything to compare our heart chakra to, I'll start with them for the princesses. So there's the Princess of Swords. I love her. The Princess of Wands. She's so bad. And you see how they're all in green? So green, obviously heart chakra. So it speaks of the heart chakra. Oh, yeah, hold on. Yes. Yeah. Give me one moment. I'm going to give my roommate an incense. And this is the Princess of Coins. So you about to smoke a pound, bitch? What you want? You gotta come smell them. I got a lot of shit.
It don't matter because I'm about to
Huh? No, I'm not on live. Bitch, I'm live. I don't know how to live yet. This YouTube. Hey, y'all. She up in here. I was doing some tarot stuff for YouTube.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Girl, ain't nothing to edit, but they know I don't edit yet. They know I don't edit yet. I'm working on it, but bitch, I ain't good at it. Okay, but literally, you have a lot of options. I'd probably say, what smell are you going for? What are you going for? No, it do matter.
It's for the room. It's for the living room.
Oh, the living room. Oh, it don't matter. But do black onyx. I think that'll be better for the living room. Yeah. She came to get some supplies. Look at all this. Yeah, I got that work. Tap in. Yeah, I'm a plug. Tap in. Tap in. Okay, so those were the princesses. Once again, since we didn't have anything to kind of, we'll show those. But I love the artwork on that, right? So super, super dope. So then we're going to go into Mr. Crowley. Where are you at? Here we go. Alrighty. So there we go. Princess of Cups. It's interesting because all of these, I'll go through them first. Princess of Disc. Check these out. I just had a thought. Princess of Swords. My girl. And Princess of Wands. What's very interesting as I'm looking at both of these and kind of, going through both, the princesses in this deck are very much like on the move, right? In the air though, they all seem very like they seem very airy to me. I don't know if that makes sense, but they're like on the move in an airy sense of way. I think she's the only one that's like not. She looks like she's still on the move though. She looks like she's kind of moving forward. She's more in Earth, but she's in Earth. She is Earth, so. And with the prince, he seems to be like on the move, like obviously on land, which makes me think of the prince as a little more grounded than the princess. So that might be in the ill dignified, stagnant energy of it. I really hope that makes sense, and I'm not just like talking crazy. So the last deck will be the good old Urban Tarot. Oh, I don't think I said who the Urban Tarot was made by. I'm so sorry. Robin Scott. And I do love this deck. I do, because I use it. I do love it. But what is love without critique? Non-existent. So I do have some critiques. If y'all are interested in that, hit me up and we can talk about it. But so we will go with the Urban Tarot. So the Urban Tarot. So this is a Princess of Disc. She is the kindergarten teacher. Out of all of these, this is the one that I don't resonate with in this particular deck. I resonate with Pentacles in general because I'm a Life Path 8. Not because of that, but that does have some play in it. But the kindergarten teacher, this doesn't resonate with me. And you know, it's probably because I'm just not ready for it too, if that makes sense. So, oh Lord. I didn't even know I had paid that. Anyways, I just got a text message. So, okay, so, and I love this. Oh, there we go. I love the Princess of Wands. So this is the Dancer. And I love the Princess of Wands and the Dancer for so many reasons, which y'all will get to know as we continue this journey. The Princess of Cups is the costume designer, and I love this as well. Super dreamy, super like, just like in this dream world of creation, and can create these things out of emotion, which I have something else to say. So then this is Swords? Yeah, Swords. She's the activist. Oh, do I have it upside down? Yeah, my bad. I was like, oh, why does that look so weird? So she's the activist. Standing on her ground, using her words. And back to emotion though, what I feel like the princesses are is emotion. They're very like emotion based. They fuel. I feel like the princesses are fuels. They use their emotion to fuel whatever actions are within their suit. So they fuel that emotion as a Princess of Swords, the emotion of like thought process and kind of like logic, and it fuels them to make a change, to move forward. You have the costume designer, which I spoke about, the Dancer. She uses that emotion to create this movement, and movement, wands. Do I need to say more? The kindergarten teacher, the disc, even though I've had my feels about it, she uses that emotion to care. I feel like Pentacles, I feel like the Princess of Pentacles is so super nurturing. Super, super nurturing. The Princess of Swords, super, super like swift and logical and like, and swift different than the Wands. Swift more like swift in like blunt, like, yeah, it is what it is. Wands is more swift in movement. So if y'all couldn't tell already, the girl who has my heart, the girl who has my absolute heart would be the Princess of Swords. And the thing about it is, so Mr. Crawley's deck. And if y'all never know, I say Mr. Crawley all the time because, well, whatever, we'll get into that too. But in this deck, this is my personal deck. Very seldom I will read someone else on this deck. Sometimes it calls to me to read them from this deck. Something else about this deck, it's very honest. This deck is very blunt. This deck is a sword in itself, if you ask me. This deck is very to the point. My heart chakra deck is she's a little nicer. She a little softer. She is a little softer. I realized the other day I had a client and I hadn't used the heart chakra deck in a minute. And I realized with this particular client, they needed something a little softer and a little prettier to look at. So, interesting to say. So I have a question for tarot readers out there. Do y'all choose design maybe for your clients? Sometimes you think about like, if you're doing it in person, what your client would like to look at. And do y'all explain in y'all's cards? These are questions I need to know. Let's have a conversation. But this is at 26 minutes and probably a quarter of it was me looking for things or doing something out of the frame. But we can totally talk about it. Like, let's chat. Let me know how y'all feel. I'm just going to put this straight up. I'm really not going to worry about editing it. I mean, sue me, you know? Don't watch. I don't know what to tell you because I'm doing it. Let me know also some tarot stuff y'all want to talk about. Do y'all want to talk about tarot stuff? Do y'all? I mean, I hope y'all do. I'm assuming that's why you looked at this video. Beep, beep. I don't know. But I don't know why I just made that noise. But alrighty, guys. Thank y'all for watching. Hopefully, this maybe brought some clarification to somebody, or maybe this sparked some conversations, or just made you think a little. So I will catch y'all on the next round.